Hopefully, go live. But if there it is, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, the bell, so you get notified when we go live stream. Also, we are live. So today, Roger, I don't know if you're watching the live stream or not, but I got my judge's outfit on, the judge's chambers.
Oh, yes, yes, I'm sitting outside.
Yeah, so court is in session today, and
Yeah.
is Judge Biggs Bomber 2011 presiding, and we have the I guess you want to call yourself the defense. We'll call yourself the defense. Roger, the big Yankee fan, in the courtroom. So say hello, Roger.
Hello, good evening, DX Bomber. Everything is going pretty good. I mean, the Yankees did get a victory yesterday. It was a little bit sloppy in the first inning with misplays. It was a case of Brett Gardner dropping a ball, and it was a case of Herman fumbling the ball when an easy double play could have been made. And Ford also had a ball bounce off of his glove, and the Indians got off to a very quick 3-0 start. And the Yankees did battle back and tie it at 3-3, and then get a double to make it 5-3. And then Kyle Higashioka did get that home run to make it 6-3. And the Yankees had plenty of opportunities. They left the bases loaded a couple of times, and but they did pull off the win 6-3 yesterday.
Yeah, they sure did, man. They got lucky, didn't they? Didn't they get lucky? And then Herman, he pitched a hell of a game, though.
Yes, he did. He had trouble in that first inning. The fielding abandoned him a bit, including himself, when he fumbled the ball. But
yeah, that's right. That was horrible, man. He fumbled the ball. It should have been an ending double play. And he dropped the ball, run scored. Oh, that was bad, man. Yeah, but he got himself together, though, after that, though.
And I think Gleyber Torres woke up yesterday. Gleyber Torres had 3 hits yesterday.
Yeah, he sure was. He was on fire, wasn't he?
Yes, he was. He was 3 for 5 and had a good game. And also, there is a little bit of controversy now whether or not they should let Kyle Higashioka get some more time behind home plate, because Gary Sanchez got off to a fast start, but has really cooled down quite a bit. And Higashioka's fielding is better than Sanchez's. But so there's a little bit of controversy as to whether Higashioka should get a little more playing time.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Henry on the check-in, man. We finally won the game, baby. But you're right, man. Yeah, but I mean, he's played good in one game, though. You really gonna make him the starter after one game?
Oh, well, he's been good throughout the course of the season. When he's had his playing time, he's really hit and come through. He has been catching coal on the regular, and he's been one of the more consistent hitters so far early in the season.
Well, I guess, hey, you got to go with who's hot, right? I guess that's what it boils down to, isn't it? Whoever's hitting has to play, right? That's it.
Yes, he's been doing some decent hitting, and I mean the entire Yankee offense looked out of sorts, and it looked like Gleyber Torres was swinging for the fences and not making adjustments. And then he did get 3 hits yesterday. And the Yankees did pull off a good 6-3 victory yesterday after splitting with the Braves. They split with the Braves. They won 3-1, and in that game, they scored their go-ahead runs with a wild pitch and a bases-loaded walk. So they really did not do major hitting in the first game against the Braves, and then really only scored their only run in the bottom of the 9th inning in the second game when they lost to the Braves 4-1. And of course, they were swept by the Tampa Bay Rays. So the Yankees are holding steady after 7 wins and 11 losses now. And tonight, Montgomery is pitching against Allen. So we have Montgomery going tonight. The game will be at 7:10 this evening in Cleveland.
So he's got to get it going then, man. Montgomery has to keep the win streak going.
Right.
Keep the ball moving. That was a great hit by Odor in that inning, man, to score 2 runs. That would really help them.
Yes,
You know.
yes, he came through yesterday. The Yankees came through. They had plenty of opportunities. They had a number of walks. They left the bases loaded on a couple of occasions, but they did pull off the victory 6-3. And so hopefully this will get them going. They're playing Cleveland again tonight and over the weekend, and then they move on to Baltimore. And hopefully you'll be at Yankee Stadium when they come back on the 30th, or you can go that Saturday,
Yeah.
because I told you, maybe some of the fans don't know about it. They do have mobile COVID vaccine trucks that are doing rapid vaccination, rapid COVID tests, and you can get a quick COVID test in about 15 minutes. Unless there is a line or something, but they do have them located outside of Yankee Stadium, so you could get them the rapid test before you go into Yankee Stadium.
Well, here's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping that the COVID people they come to the school. Oh, and talk about a school. I have a terrible story to tell after this. Um, um, when they come anytime, any day. So I'm hoping when the Yankees do come back that week, they come a few days before or a day or two before Friday. Like maybe like it come Wednesday or I think Tuesday would be good. The earliest Tuesday, I can get into the Friday game or Saturday game. You know what I mean? With the
Right.
COVID testing, and also sadly to say, man, at my school, one of the science teachers, the lady was on her way going to the school, and she got hit by a truck and ran over, man, and she died on 124th Street and Lexington Avenue, and that's in
Oh,
East Harlem.
oh my God, that's such a terrible story to hear. I'm so sorry to hear
Yeah,
about that.
man. She was from Australia, and come to find out, she has no family here in America, man.
Oh boy,
You
what a
know?
what a horrible situation to have to fall over to Australia and tell them that their loved one was
Yankee
tragically
highlights.
killed.
Yeah, man. It's terrible news, man. So it's just one thing that you gotta understand. You're here one day and you're gone the next, man. You can leave your house and never come back home. So you
Yes,
people gotta
exactly.
understand that. You know what I'm saying? So always be kind to your fellow people or try to be good as you go along, man, because it could be your last. You know?
Yes, goodness, what a horrible story. I'm so sorry to hear about that.
Yeah, so she was a good teacher, science teacher. Had a snakes in her room, and she had a rooster, and one of the snakes got away last summer too. Man, I was looking for it, I couldn't find it, but
Oh no, did you ever find it?
nah, man, we never found it, man. I went, I helped in the search for it, and we didn't
So
find it,
it's just
man.
roaming around the school somewhere.
Yeah, so pretty much there's a snake in the school running around. Yep.
Oh my goodness, holy cow.
Yeah.
And Lester got out, and Lester got out and went down one of the sewers or something.
Yeah, it might have escaped somewhere or died, Who knows?
Oh my goodness, my goodness.
So
But
there's a snake living in the school. Ain't that crazy? But anyway, back to baseball.
hey, I'm very sorry to hear about that. I feel very badly for the loved ones of the teacher, and I'm very sorry to hear about that horrible story.
Yeah, man, it's sad, man. But now on the baseball front, now that we have guys starting to get injured now, is not looking good. Starting to look good. It's starting to look good for the Yankees, but it's not looking good for the Yankees. You know what I
Right,
mean? So today, they play at Cleveland at 7:10. So
right.
they gotta win this game too again, man. They gotta keep winning, man. Now they're 7-11, 7-11. You know?
Exactly, exactly. They did have a win yesterday. It was a little sloppy in the first inning, but they persevered and came through with a 6-3 victory. They had many opportunities. They did get some walks, and also later in the game, Aaron Hicks took a bad route to the ball, and the baseball landed in the outfield, and that was a bad route by Hicks on that situation. But maybe Gleyber Torres woke up a bit because he was spoken to about not hustling the first base the day before.
I mean, was it really a big deal? That hustling, that one thing. I mean, I don't see a big deal in it. But then again, you got to understand that if you really try to hustle out of the gate, you can make that pitcher fumble the ball. Because he might get too excited
Right.
and he could
And,
drop the ball. You know what I mean? That's the only thing.
and
But
everything is amplified when you're playing badly.
yeah, yeah. It's nothing no worse than Robinson Cano.
Right.
You know what I mean? Robinson Cano is way worse.
Because Robinson Cano was always a nonchalant player. He was so talented, but his only criticism was how nonchalantly he handled things.
I mean, if that play of Torres was Cano, Cano probably would have walked to first base.
Right, maybe or not even run.
Yeah, exactly. He might just walk back to the dugout with his bat. you know.
Right, exactly.
So at least give the man an effort that but then again, he's young and this and that. You got to talk to him. You got to get him to chat and all that. But yeah, it happens.
Yeah, he had better. Gleyber Torres had better at bats yesterday. For a while, he was opening up with his hips, and when he was swinging with such force, he was actually falling back over the plate. So he was off balance, and he was swinging with an uppercut and not making adjustments, and he was just doing nothing but popping the ball up. He was just constantly doing pop-ups, and it was pop-ups and strikeouts. And the whole team still has to get on a roll and start hitting a bit. They sat Giancarlo Stanton yesterday, and they sat Gary Sanchez yesterday. But they have to get on a roll too. They're hitting a lot of ground balls. The Yankees are seeing less fastballs. They're seeing something like 24% less fastballs than other teams. The teams are pitching against them are pitching backward. They are throwing them a lot of breaking balls early in the count, and then they are throwing fastballs later in the count and catching the Yankees sleeping on the fastballs, and then the Yankees are taking them right down the middle.
No, that's a good point, man. Yeah, that's pretty true. Hey, shout out to Henry on the check-in. Hey, we had a good show on his show, Hitting for the Cycle, man. You got to check that out. It was pretty good baseball talk, man. And it's pretty fancy dancy over there too. So you guys are checking them out on StreamYard and YouTube and all that stuff, man.
Yes, I will. I'll be checking it out, and hopefully I'll be seeing Henry this year.
Yeah.
I hope that I'm coming up in June, and then again in August, and then again in September if everything works out okay.
Yeah, man. This kid Henry, man. He's like a historian, man. I like him like that. He's a historian. He knows what he's talking about.
Oh yes, I know.
It's good. It's good to have stuff like that. But yeah, man. Right now, let me try to see if I can pull up the schedule for the damn Yankees. But the Yankees, they got a tough schedule coming up.
Right. The immediate schedule I know already. They finish up with they play Cleveland over this weekend in Cleveland. Then they have 4 against Baltimore in Baltimore, and then they come home and play Detroit starting on April 30th.
Detroit they're pretty much in last place.
Right.
You know
they
what
have the same record as the Yankees. They're 7-12 right now, and the Yankees are 7-11. The Tigers just lost to the Pittsburgh Pirates 4-2 yesterday.
So right now, let's see. We're at the bottom of. Okay, here we go. So we're at Cleveland, right? So now we go to Baltimore. Baltimore. They say, hey, Baltimore, Camden Yards is Yankee Stadium South, right?
Right.
You know what I mean? Yankee Stadium South. That's what Baltimore is. So hopefully they start waking up there. And they got 4 games in Baltimore. And going to a Baltimore game is so sweet, man. I wish I could do it this year, but I don't know if I'll be able to go to Baltimore. Right.
I know we were planning on it in 2020, and then the whole COVID outbreak took place, and it really quashed quite a number of our plans we were also planning to go to the top of the World Trade Center, and I had the tickets. And we were going to go to the top of the World Trade Center, see a game in Baltimore, and see a what you call it, the Cyclone.
That would have been a hell of a vlog, man. That would have been a hell of a vlog, man. My vlogs this year, I'm gonna totally change the game with them this year. It's gonna be, I mean, it's gonna be on. If you know Casey Neistat, I'm gonna be on some Casey Neistat joint this year. I'm gonna elevate my game. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to level the bar this year. It's over. Yeah, I'm gonna take my time with each vlog and make sure they masterpieces.
That sounds great. I'm looking forward to your vlogs. I want to see your vlog next. Well, it takes you a few days to put your vlogs out. You have to do them at the stadium, and then you need a few days to put it together and produce it. So sometime in about a week and a half, I'll be looking forward to your first vlog in almost 2 years.
Yeah, ain't that something? That's crazy. I can't even believe it's even that long.
You know? Right.
And I can't really do no little vlogs because nothing's really open and there's nothing interesting happening around in the city to show. You know what I mean? And Yankee Stadium is boring around here, so it's like, you know, what is there to show? You know what I mean? So when the game starts, we'll have it back up and running.
Right. Full force. That sounds good.
You know?
What I'm hoping to plan on this year, I'm already planning out my June trip already, and I'm planning to see the Yankees and the A's on the 18th and 19th, Friday and Saturday, and then that Sunday, I want to get you and Giselle and myself and maybe my good friend Crazy Jason to see the Patriots in Bridgewater, New Jersey.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun, man. The Patriots, if they don't know, is the new Yankee affiliate.
Yeah.
So you'll see future Yankees playing in New Jersey if you go down there. And it's not that far from here. What is it, about an hour and a half ride or something like that? 45 minutes from New York?
About an hour. But I would suggest to you that you don't ride your motorbike out there. The easiest way to go is to just get down to Penn Station, take the subway down to Penn Station, hop right on the New Jersey Transit train, and you take it directly to the Bridgewater train station. And the Bridgewater train station is located right next to TD Ballpark, where the Patriots play. You walk right across to the ballpark.
Yeah, and definitely, hopefully we get to a Brooklyn Cyclones game too.
Right, I know. I'm hoping to be as ambitious as I can be, even with the pandemic still going on.
Well, they say Connecticut is in a week or two is getting rid of the mandate of mask. So when Connecticut does it, New Jersey does it, New York does it. You know, so they talking about no mask in New York City. They're talking about no mask mandate by maybe July, June.
Wow, yeah.
So if they're gonna do that, that means by June, July, it has to be 100% in Yankee Stadium, and then you can give me back my ballpark pass.
Right.
Jesus Christ, Yankees! You know you management watches this show. I know you watch this show. Please, pretty, please, bring back the ballpark pass. I'm begging you. I can go back to every game. Because it sucks buying the damn pinstripe pass all the time. Because I waste money in that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, and I don't got deep pockets neither. You know, I'm a poor kid from the Bronx.
Right, exactly. we're both not super rich, to put it mildly.
Yeah, and talk about the poor as before we get off the subject. The Yankees should give Bronx residents a discount, you know, for buying tickets, because we Bronx residents and we got to deal with this drama around the stadium, the traffic, the no parking, the people, the rowdiness, the noise, the police, all that, man. Yeah, it's crazy. So yeah, they got to do something about that, you know. But let's take a trip to the virtual Yankee Stadium real quick.
Okay, excellent.
Up and running. But man, Can the Yankees turn it around? That's the question.
I believe they can. But, when Michael is on, he gets very excited. And I always keep saying to him the same statement, the same meme, and that is that this is just a snapshot in time. This is a snapshot in time. Right now, they are playing poorly and have been playing very poor baseball. But the baseball season is 6 months long, and we have no idea what will be happening in August and September in comparison to what is happening right now. Who knows where we'll be in August and September?
Yeah, you're right, man. We could be back in first place, or we could
Right.
still be back in last. You know how they say baseball is funny, man. Baseball, you just gotta be playing your game, and by then you get there. Surprisingly you'll be there.
Exactly. And
But
the
the thing
Yankees,
is though, but this is the thing. If the Yankees can't get past Toronto and Tampa Bay, and if those teams keep beating us like that, we're not gonna make it. The Yankees have to overcome these two teams to be a
yeah,
playoff team. Bottom line, they have to beat these guys, to
yeah,
prove it. That's our only challenge right now. It's like the Great White Hope right now. Like that movie, The Great White Hope?
right,
That one guy could beat this guy, but this guy can't beat that guy, but he could beat that guy. That's what's going on right now. You know what I mean?
exactly.
So hopefully, we haven't played the Red Sox yet.
No, not yet.
And they're in first place. So if we can handle the Red Sox when we meet them, and take some games off of our list there, and get back on top, we gotta also get through Toronto and Tampa Bay, man. That's gonna be the two hurdles for the rest of the season right there. They can get through that, the Yankees will be all right. If the Yankees fail at those two teams, it's gonna be bad.
Well, they have to handle their division rivals, their immediate division rival. So they have to be able to handle their division rivals. If they can't play well in their division, it's going to be much harder to win the division, obviously.
Yeah, because the point I'm trying to make is with Boston at first place and Toronto and Tampa Bay playing as hard as they are, we won't even make the wild card if we can't beat
Right.
those two guys, because either Toronto or Tampa Bay is gonna get that wild card.
Exactly.
You
It's
know?
crucial. The name of the game is win the baseball games. And the Yankees have to beat their division rivals. And as of right now, Tampa Bay owns the Yankees. They beat the Yankees like a drum. And that has got to turn around because the Tampa Bay Rays play a better brand of baseball than the Yankees do when they face one another. And sometimes the Yankees try to compete by using an opener and try to do a Rays move by using an opener. But they're really just outsmarting themselves. And
Yeah,
they just have to play their own game. And they have to solve Tampa Bay Rays.
that's true. I think they should stick with a plan, make up a plan, and stick with it. As they say. Because I mean, it's like you can't be switching around, because then nobody's gonna get comfortable at what they're gonna do. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like the starting rotation. We don't know if Herman's gonna pitch or Davy Garcia, whoever's gonna pitch. We don't know what's gonna happen. It shouldn't be that way. Have your 5 starters. They're gonna pitch. That's it. You live and die with them. That's it, man. Like baseball is. You got to get into your own groove. You got to feel it. It's not like baseball is not like football or basketball. Like I heard that Michael K say this. It's not like hockey where you can go through the zone and score. You know what I mean? It's
Right.
a baseball is a rhythm. It's something you have to feel. So it's one hit at a time. You know what I'm saying? Baseball is like is snail mail. You know what I
Yes, it
mean?
is.
It's so it takes one bat at a time, or it could take a home run or one swing, right? But it takes time. It's not like football where you could drive the ball through the touchdown. You can't do that in baseball. It's not possible. The
No.
game of baseball is the only game of anticipation.
Right.
Baseball is the only sport where you have to anticipate where the ball's going.
Oh yes, it's a very difficult game of skills. But the problem with the Yankees in their starting pitching is the starting pitching doesn't give any length. And the Yankees have even said, we were talking about this in spring training, that the Yankees are going to need much more than just 5 starters. They're probably going to end up using 9 or 10, And David Garcia, when Clark Schmidt comes back, Michael King, Jordan Montgomery, all of them, Gleyber, Jamison Tyone. They're going to be going through all these guys because, after just a 6-game schedule last year, the managers are afraid to push them and get a lot of innings on many of these pitchers. And that's why they're going to be using multiple different types of pitchers because, pitchers don't complete any innings anymore. And of course, we do have Severino coming back too, but we don't know what Severino is going to give us or how they're going to use Severino. If they're going to use him out of the bullpen, or if they're going to put him right into the rotation.
Wow, that's a good question, man. Because we don't know like you said, we don't know what the team is going to be like by the time he shows up.
Right. When Michael makes proclamation, so to speak, where he feels this is what the outcome is going to be, we can't really do that with baseball because it is a marathon. And where the team is today could be completely different 4 months from now.
It could be different, and you could see different players on the team too. You know what I mean? 4 months from now, you know what I mean? So yeah, the whole team could change pretty much. You never know. That's how baseball is. As long as they play game by game, pitch by pitch, try to work it out as you go along. I think the Yankees should be fine, man. I always said that I think this Yankee team is the best team the Yankees had in a while.
Yeah. On paper, of course, they don't play the games on paper, but they had really gotten off to a very bad start where their skills were way down. They were playing bad baseball defensively, poor starting pitching, poor offense, and in all aspects of the game, they had been playing very poorly. And they did turn it around with a decent win yesterday. And Gleyber Torres did have a spark yesterday with 3 hits. So we'll see where they go tonight.
What do you think is going on with the defense, though, man? Why are they dropping these balls? Why are they misplaying these balls? Did you see Aaron Hicks yesterday? He out there in deep center field, warning track. He couldn't even run that ball down.
No. They're not what you would call one of the better defensive teams to begin with. They weren't last year. They weren't the year before that. But this year, it looks like their heads are not in the game. I mean, the way Herman just dropped that ball looked like a lots of concentration.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. Their defense in 2019, I think, was really good. They didn't have a lot of errors. Not like this. I mean, this is like Bad News Bears errors.
I know they looked very poorly. Even yesterday in the first inning, the ball right off of Ford's glove, the drop of the ball by Herman, and the drop of the ball by Gardner, and they really gave those 3 runs to the Cleveland Indians there, and it seems like a lapse of concentration. They have to concentrate and play better defensively. They have to keep their minds in the game and not lose concentration.
Yeah, they do. They just have to play their game, man. But also, the Yankees have to take their time. They're just rushing to hit the home run. I always say they have to work the pitcher, and work the count. That way you can build this pitch count up and knock them out of the game and get to the bullpen. That's what you really want to do. But with these big league pitchers now, especially the Glass Nows and the the high quality pitchers, right? You can't
Yeah,
do that. You can't do that when they're throwing the first pitch for a strike. You know what I'm
right.
saying? Because they put you down in the count really quickly.
Yes.
You
And as
know?
I said, the teams are pitching the Yankees backwards. They're starting out with a lot of breaking pitches. And then they were coming in with fastballs and catching the Yankees asleep. I mean, how many times have you seen Clint Frazier take a ball right down the middle?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's true. They are falling asleep. I mean, they were right. Yeah, a lot of times, a lot of them, right down
And
the
then,
pipe. It's true.
and then also when they are getting pitches to hit, their skills were down. They're missing the pitches. They're not squaring the pitches up. You know, their hand-eye coordination seems to be off, and they're popping balls up and hitting a lot of ground balls too.
Hold on,
That's why they
we
did.
got Michael calling in. Hold on, hold on.
Okay.
What's up, Mike? You're on the air. What's going on? Can you hear me?
Yeah, you on the show?
Yeah, we're on live
Hi,
now, man.
Michael. How are you doing?
I'm doing good.
How you-
Everything, considering I'm doing really good. Yeah.
Yeah, man. So how you
Okay.
feeling about these Yankees coming back on the win, man?
Yeah, they gotta hopefully we can keep things rolling and win tonight, tomorrow, and they gotta keep this winning going because they need it, man. They need it desperately. You can't win one game and then lose another. You gotta win. Start a winning streak. Get one going right now.
They gotta win from now on at least every series.
They have to win every series. They're desperate, this team. I mean, they can't win a game and lose a game. Because I tell you right now, the way this team's playing, I mean, I don't know. They're going to back themselves right into a corner. And like I said, they're going to be out of the playoffs. They should have took two games with the Braves. That was a split. That was horrible. They should have took 2 games.
Yeah, we should have won that game, man. Yeah,
That was
man.
horrible.
It's the defensive
they leave too many
errors,
guys
man.
on base. They don't have runners in scoring position.
Defensive errors,
I'm a-
man.
Yeah, I'm doing great. Yeah.
Michael, I was saying to BX Bomber that the teams are pitching the Yankees backwards. They are
No, what they're
starting
doing
them-
is they're throwing
they're
breaking
starting
balls.
them out with a lot of breaking balls. They're starting them
Yeah,
out
I
with
was just saying
breaking
that.
pitches. And then they're catching them off guard with fastballs.
Yeah, they're throwing too many breaking balls. That's the problem. That's why the Yankees are not catching up. And all they love hitting the Yankees is a fastball. You can't keep hitting. You know, you got to learn how to hit. You got to learn how to hit other pitches besides fastballs. That's the problem.
Right.
All these pitches figured them out now. I mean, I hope tonight they could get this win. I think tonight is Logan Allen. They should hit that guy. I mean, Shane Bieber tomorrow's supposed to. It's probably going to be a good pitching matchup, Cole versus Bieber. So
Yeah.
I mean, that's going to be a pitcher's duel maybe. Unless the Yankees hit Bieber like they did the last time when they killed him in that game and Cole pitched a gem in that game. And unless this is going to be more like a close game that we expect in that playoff series, that playoff game. But I think the Yankees will take 3 out of 4. I think it starts now. I mean, that's it. The time is now. The Yankees have to keep it rolling and take 3 out of 4 with the Indians and then hopefully sweep the Orioles.
Yeah,
Right.
they gotta do good against the Orioles, man. That's gonna be the turning point there. The Orioles.
If they win tonight, they'll definitely take 3 out of 4. I mean, I don't see how they're not going to win 3 out of 4. Garrett Cole's pitching, and then you got who's pitching Sunday. I think Davey Garcia's being called up, and tonight's Jordan Montgomery. I don't really like Jordan Montgomery, but they have to score a lot of runs for this kid. I can't believe they came back yesterday, down 3-0. I thought the game was over. I turned it off. I'm like, they're not going to come back. This team, this offense, the way they hit,
Odor
they
came
scored
back
6
with the
runs.
clutch. You know, maybe that's what the Yankees needed, man. A clutch guy like Odor. Maybe, hopefully, he stays clutch. You know?
Yeah, but they have to have Higashioka catch more games. I didn't like that they took him out of the lineup tonight. They should have had him in there. Sanchez should not be catching anymore. He should be like a backup catcher for now. I think Higashioka should be the starting catcher. And I don't. Why is Stanton batting number 3? Why is he batting cleanup? I don't get that one.
I didn't see the lineup for today, but is Brett Gardner in the lineup?
No, it's Clint Frazier.
Oh, Clint Frazier, yeah, because man, it had to be cold last night because when it's cold, that's when you see Brett Gardner with long sleeves on, and when you see Brett Gardner with long sleeves on, it's cold because he don't wear long sleeves. Yeah, you know what I mean? So it must have been freezing out there in Cleveland. My God, I don't know how they play in that weather, man. Jesus.
Yeah.
Imagine sitting in that, up in there in the tier reserve, freezing. My God, you're gonna come down like a nice.
Yeah, I'm still here. I just had to do something real quick, but yeah, I mean the lineup is out right now, but I'm not really crazy for this lineup. I like yesterday's lineup was better. Yeah, I don't know why they're putting Stanton number. I think he's batting third or fourth, and then you're having Aaron Hicks back in the lineup. I'm not really happy about that. Clint Frazier. All I know is these guys have to get it going. They put a new lineup every single day now. Boone is just shifting this lineup around every day. It seems like too many new lineups. You don't know what lineup. You don't know what lineup he's going to keep now. It's just every day is a new lineup. That's how bad they've been because they've been losing. So he keeps shifting the lineup.
I was telling Roger that they should stick. They should have a plan and stick to that plan. You know what I mean?
Because they're 7-11. I mean, that's why their record's so bad that they're gonna eventually catch up. They can't stay this bad for the whole season. I mean, this has to turn. They have to turn around, man. I mean,
and they just don't play baseball that way anymore, as you know, BX Farmer. They just don't. They rest a lot of guys all the time. The pitchers don't pitch as many innings. It's starting
too much analytics.
People. You know, the first one to start the platooning, it took place in the 1950s when Casey Stengel was the manager of the Yankees, and he started doing platooning. And he rubbed some of the players the wrong way with the platooning that he was doing, and some of them were rather happy when Ralph Houk took over as manager. Phil Rizzuto got angry with Casey Stengel because Casey Stengel pinch hit for Phil Rizzuto in the first inning.
Wow. Yeah, I think I would be pretty angry too.
You know, but Casey Stengel was one of the ones to start the platooning, and then he was another one that was using a lot of different types of relief pitchers. He used Vic Raschi. He used a relief pitcher by the name of Ryan Doran. I don't know if you heard of Ryan Doran or not. He was a 98 mile per hour relief pitcher in the 1950s, and he had big Coke bottle at the bottom of Coke bottle thick glasses that he would wear, and he would come in to relieve the starting pitcher, and he'd always start out by throwing one to the back of the backstop. And he was warming up.
That's funny. That's awesome, man. They should do that today.
He was like the 1950s Goose Passage.
I mean, it's just a different game now. It's a different animal. I mean, it's just a completely different. Baseball's changed, man. It hasn't changed for the better. It's just all analytics now. Every manager is all about analytics. I hate it. How about we get back to the old school managing, like the old baseballs? I miss that gritty gutty game that they used to play. And the managers used to be more. Everything was bunting and small ball. You don't see that. You don't see the Yankees hit a sacrifice fly ever. Like, I never seen them do that with bases loaded, no outs. They should get like a bunt, lay down a bunt at the sacrifice fly. They don't play that game no more. It's just gone.
They're not very good with the fundamentals.
No,
that's the main issue. Frank, what do you think now about this team? You think they're going to turn it around after this series? You think this is going to be the turning point of the series?
It has to be. Man. I mean, Baltimore is it, man. Baltimore is it.
Well, this is now we got to start winning. We can't win one game and then lose the series. They got to take 3 games. Maybe they could sweep the Indians. Who knows? But I think they got to take 3 out of 4. They can't split. I mean,
no, they can't. They have to win the series. They have to at this point.
Yeah, they got to win 3.
It's a must.
3 out of 4. That's great. I think they'll sweep the Orioles. There should be no reason they're going to lose 3 out of 4 at Baltimore, right?
Man, I hope not. I mean, like I was telling Roger, Baltimore, Camden Yards is like Yankee Stadium South. So
yeah, you know what kills me too though? We're like the team now that everybody wants to play because we're so bad. I mean, you got to take the good with the bad. You got to be positive. We won this game. Let's take it to a positive that we'll win 3 out of 4. But we're a team now that you can't look at all these other teams and say, oh, this is the easy team. That's the easy team. Everyone's circling the Yankees right now on their calendar and saying, I want to play this team because we've been so horrible. So Yankees have to play like they're not a bad team anymore. They have to play like they're an elite team because that's what they really are. They are an elite team. They're just not playing like one right now. But all these teams, it's not really easy. It's not a soft landing right now because they're all, mediocre and bad. And I don't know. But there's no easy match for us right now. Even the Orioles, I don't even think the Orioles are going to be easy on us. I mean, the Yankees better play those games like it's their last meal, because what are they going to do? Like, they have to beat the Orioles. The Orioles are not going to lay down for them. You think they're going to play the Yankees easy?
No, but let me say one thing. at this point in time, in this day and age of baseball, right?
Yeah.
You got to commend these teams on playing well because, listen, the Yankees are doing poorly because these teams are better and they have better talent. You know,
Yeah,
it's
not
not
only
like
that, they hit though. Look at the Red Sox. They
yeah,
have
but
no pitching.
what I'm
They're winning because they hit.
exactly, it's like in the old days, if you had a slump, you had a slump, but then you get
Yeah,
back in the groove, and it's like whatever, and we back on top by summertime, right? But
yeah,
now this day and age in baseball, if you lose it in April or May, there's no coming back because
I
teams
know.
are so
Tell me about it.
good.
I've been watching baseball for over 20 years.
You
I know
know,
the game. I mean,
teams are so good.
you got to be in there.
You
You got
know,
to be in the race. It's a pennant race. It's a pennant race from now till fucking September. So you got to, you got to play great baseball because it's a grind. It's 162 games. It's a marathon now. We're not playing no joke of a 60-game season now. So Yankees better, they better like wake up, and I hope they have now. And they finally
I wanted to run something past you guys. There's a little change of the subject, but it's right there on baseball. And that is that the Atlantic League is going to be experimenting with different rules. And one of the rules that they're experimenting with is moving the pitcher's rubber back a foot. They're moving the pitcher's rubber back a foot on the mound. And they're also widening bases and doing a number of other things. But I don't like the idea of moving the pitcher's rubber back 12 inches. I mean, pitchers have been training for their entire careers to pitch from 60 feet 6 inches, not 61 feet 6 inches.
oh wow, I mean, that's gonna blow out a lot of arms there, right?
Well, the reason they're doing it is because there's so many fireballing pitchers now that are 95 miles per hour and above, and they want to try to get offense into the game a bit more and cut down on the strikeouts. So in '68, Bob Gibson dominated baseball, had a 1.13 earned run average, and they lowered the mound 5 inches for the following year, and it's been lowered ever since because of Bob Gibson dominating in '68.
Wow. But wait a minute, other players were dominating as well, or is just only him?
Well, hitting was down all throughout the 1968 season. It was down very badly, and then they lowered the pitcher's mound.
Wow, that dramatic. It didn't even take 2 or 3 years. It just took 1 year to do it.
Right, and generally
Wow.
what they do with the minor leagues is they experiment with rule changes in the minor leagues. They're doing the Atlantic League first, before they implement it
That's
into the major.
terrible.
These rules have to change. I'm tired of this baseball rules every year. Rob Manfred's an absolute joke to baseball. A guy should be fired. The Players Association can't stand him. They hate him. He should be removed. At least Bo Steely wasn't this bad. This guy's an absolute joke. And he does nothing. He did nothing with the Houston Astros scandal. He does nothing to nothing. Now you hear about what's going on with Trevor Bauer now. Trevor Bauer is being investigated with those balls now because they're saying that he was using sticky stuff. So he might get, I don't know what's going to happen with him, but they're investigating Trevor Bauer. They took his balls and they're trying to, what do you call it now? They're trying to look at his baseballs now and do experiments on his baseballs now because they're thinking that he was cheating too. Huh?
But he did a YouTube video about it though. Didn't he do a YouTube video about it?
Yeah, but now he's being investigated.
Oh, him
because
talking about it?
They're saying he was using pine tar, and he was the one saying that. Oh, all these top pitchers in baseball doing it. So now he got busted. So he's a big hypocrite. That guy. Yeah, I can't stand Trevor Bauer.
Wow. I didn't see that, man.
And
I gotta look up into that.
Outing everyone on the steroids.
Yeah, well, Trevor Bauer now is like the poster boy now for saying everyone is doing the pine tar thing, and he's doing it too. He's like, why do you think he won a Cy Young last year? He's not that good, Trevor Bauer. That guy's like a number 3 starter. He's not working. He's definitely over.
League Central too. He pitched against the National League Central and the American League Central.
He dominates in the National League. That's why he's so good. Because let's see him pitching against the American League lineup.
But
the whole season.
But one thing too, I think I remember seeing that video with Trevor Bauer talking about the pine tar, and then he was pitching with this Korean kid. I forget his name right now. YouTube channel where he's a ex minor league ball player, and he trains with these top players, and these guys Trevor Bauer and these guys, they were smelling the sea salt type of thing. Remember I told you this about this, Roger?
Yeah,
That they smell this.
I won't be surprised.
That they smell this thing,
that's why
right?
he's gotten better.
Yeah, that they have this. I think it's salt or something like that, and they have it in a tube, and then they smell it, and it psychs them out for like a few minutes.
Wow.
Yeah. So I don't know if all the players is using it or who's using it, but
Well, a lot
they
of
got
the top
it.
pitchers in the game are doing it now. I mean, I heard that. So it's really not going to be put an end to that because it's almost like in a way they're making it legal now. I mean, they're all using pine tar now. These top pitchers in the game. So don't be surprised if it's going to be a thing now. He's not going to do nothing about it, Rob Manfred. Are you kidding me? Unless they change owners and change commissioners and he gets removed, that's the only way they'll maybe like look into it. But you really think Rob Manfred is going to punish baseball? He hasn't done anything.
Yeah, he's trying to make it better, and then not only that, pine tar is not even nothing because when the pitchers use the suntan lotion, the suntan lotion becomes sticky, and they use that for stickiness for the ball, you know, so they can get around it. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
you know, pine tar is not all that. You know, so
yeah. Well, they're throwing harder now, and I guess they're getting more spin rate, whatever you call it now. That's why maybe they're throwing like, you know, I don't know, but all I know is that, you know, the Yankees have to they got to turn around, man. This is a big series, and hopefully they win again tonight. I think they're going to win this game. I hope so, and they have to, you know, win this game. I mean, it's so important because we got off to such a slow start. You know, it's you know, they have to climb out of this, man. I mean, they're kind of like in a hole right now. I'm not saying they're buried, but they better be careful. They got to win the series.
When the last time the
They
Yankees won
cannot
in
lose
last
the
place?
series. Huh?
Hey Roger, when's the last time the Yankees were in last place? Do you know?
Oh, I remember a number of years ago. I forget what year it was.
Well, 2013, 14, they were bad.
17 losses start. They were 9 wins and 17 losses. I think that was 2014. And they ended up, I think, 84 and 78 that year.
Yeah, that's why we can't do that again.
In
2013, they were bad. In 14, I remember that. In 2008, they didn't make the playoffs, if you remember that.
That was the last year of Beltran, right? Was that the last year of Beltran on the team?
I think so. No, 2015.
Beltran was traded in 16.
Oh, yeah, 16. Okay.
Along with Chapman, and they did the trading of their top player to. Yeah,
that's why they did that, like that rebuild. They did like a fire sale sort of thing.
Or was it Bobby
Brady? They tried to sell the team. I don't know if they're going to do that again, unless they're really, really bad. But I don't know if they're going to do one of those. See, the Yankees don't do rebuilds, but yeah, I don't see that happening. They'll turn this around. 2008 didn't make the playoffs either. 2013, 14, 16. They got to turn this around. They can't go to 9 and 17. Forget it. If they do that, they're finished.
Yeah, they finished that. Like I said, this schedule coming up that they got is very tough, man. So they got us, you know, if they could, like I said, get over those hurdles with Toronto and Tampa Bay, and probably go against Boston and beat Boston, they have a shot at the playoffs and maybe winning. If they can do that, you know.
So they have to. They got to win these games. I mean, it's like playoff games now almost. It feels like every game is a playoff game because they put themselves in this position. They could have been playing nice, easy baseball right now with a nice record, but they never want to do that because they never get off to a great start. The Yankees.
Yeah,
that's their whole life.
And we got Aaron Boone.
Starts.
And Aaron Boone is not playing like it's a World Series game. You know what I mean? Because would he really do this in a World Series game? In a World Series game, you know you're going to see Sanchez and all these people in there. You're not going to see no Kyle Nishigawa and none of these guys in there. You know, if they're that
the only team that's running away with anything is the Dodgers. The Padres are actually in the slump right now. They're playing bad. They did win yesterday.
The Dodgers have lost a few games in a row now. They're at 14 and 5. They just won last night for the Padres.
Yeah, they're starting to lose now, but they are the best team. The Braves have gotten off to a horrible start, like the Yankees. A lot of the good teams, the Minnesota Twins got off to a horrible start. Houston Astros are bad. I mean, Tampa. I mean, when you think about it, there's only maybe two good teams that are really like playing really well. I mean, the Red Sox got off to a really good start. If you look at all the teams around baseball, though, not good. I mean, the Nationals are horrible. The Braves have, like I said, they're bad. The Cardinals are.
A majority of the teams have 7 wins.
But we're not like this bad. I mean, they're not like us, though. We're like...
We're 7 and 11. 7 and 11.
The Mets
The
just
Cubs?
got swept by the Cubs.
Yeah, the Mets too. The Mets are not playing well either now. They got swept, but they never play well out in Wrigley Field. Yeah, they're bad, these teams, but they're not as bad as us right now. I mean, we're just like the worst.
Yeah, the Mets screwed up that game, man. The other day, bases loaded, and they failed to score that run, man.
The runner on second came back to haunt them. I'm sure no team likes a runner on second base anymore. Because if you're going to keep losing like that, all these fans are complaining now. They want that runner at second rule out. I mean, nobody likes that rule. Everyone's complaining about it now. They're saying it's the worst thing that ever happened. But they got rid of the universal DH, but they couldn't get rid of that. What kind of stuff is that?
That's stupid. It is stupid. I don't even know why they. That's like Little League, right? Having the man on second base, right? That's like Little League, man. They should play 0-0. I mean, the people pay for this. You know, the fans pay for this.
It's horrible.
You know, and
I heard the Mad Dog. The Mad Dog was saying when the Yankees were really having trouble hitting, the Mad Dog said the Yankees couldn't hit water if they fell off a boat.
That's true, man. They couldn't.
He said that right now, like he said it recently.
He said it a couple days ago. The Yankees couldn't hit water if they fell off a boat.
He's right. I know he's a Yankee hater. He doesn't like the Yankees, but it's the truth, though. I mean, what are you gonna try to you gotta be realistic. This team is playing horrible right now. They're awful. I mean, they have to. I mean, I wonder what Mike Francesa is saying. He's a Yankee fan.
Oh, he's probably cursing him out. He's like, the trainer, what does he do? Fired. Bullpen guy, what does he do? Fired. You know, he's probably talking like that. He's probably going off. Man, I mean, the Yankees, they need a spark up. They really do, man. And I think it's the management.
Yeah, they need a spark. That's right. That's the worst.
The bright spot is Chapman. Chapman is off to a dominating start as a closer.
He's been filthy. Chapman is just absolutely disgusting. He's on fire, man. Him and Garrett Cole, the two, right? I mean, the two watches right now. If you want to watch the team, because other than that, this team is boring as hell. Those are the two guys you got to watch: Garrett Cole and Chapman. Chapman's unbelievable. I mean, he's got 3 pitches now. He throws a fastball, a slide, and he learned that new changeup. He's got a new pitch. He keeps going with that pitch. I don't think he's going to blow no saves in the playoffs this year. I hope not. But he looks like, so far, he looks dominant, man. Nobody could touch this guy.
He finished up with a strikeout last night. At 101 miles per hour.
Yeah, this guy's striking guys out left and right. And he's throwing 101, 102, and it's April. He usually starts throwing that when it's hot, when it's like June, July, August. The fact that he's been throwing that early like that in the cold weather, that's crazy.
Good point.
This guy's going to have a big year.
Very good point, man, that you just said that, man. He does heat up when it gets warmer. And he did that.
Yeah, he doesn't throw this hard. He usually throws now about maybe 94 to 95. He doesn't throw 101 April when it's cold. He's not used to that because it's cold weather. He likes the warm weather. Yeah, he's throwing that now.
There's a lot of 97, but when he's hitting triple digits consistently, he's really on the mark.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, and I was going to ask you, Roger. I don't know if you know this pitcher. Oh, he's on the Brewers. You probably heard of him because you know baseball. You know that pitcher on the Brewers? They say the Brewers are one of the best teams right now. They're unbelievable. Patrick Burns. What's his name? Corbin Burns? That guy's unbelievable. You see that guy?
Oh, yes. Brewers pitching has been fantastic. The Brewers
ERA is 36 or something like that, right?
They came out of nowhere. I mean, I don't know how they're doing it because they have Christian Yelich got injured. I don't know how when you have pitching, everything matters. I mean, when you got the pitching, I guess you could get away with it, even if you don't hit.
Yeah, I mean pitching is everything, man. That's the first line of defense is pitching.
That's why we need pitching. Even if you have great hitting and bad pitching, you get away with it. Problem is, this team doesn't have either one. So at least if we had great hitting,
in baseball, defense comes first before hitting, before offense.
Yeah.
It's always defense. In any game, it's defense before offense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you don't make an error, you know what I mean? You could win the game. It's the first team who makes the error loses the game.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly.
So baseball is definitely a one crazy game, man. That it takes. You know, I think I lost him. Did I lose Mike?
Oh, I'm here.
I think I lost him, but anyway, it's 6:00, so I guess we can end it here, and on this Friday. Man, bro.
Okay, yes, we did a nice, long, good show.
Oh, you know what I wanted to ask too? What happened with the promotions, the giveaways?
Oh, I don't know. I guess they really can't plan any of them because they still don't know what the attendance figures are going to go up to.
Because you know, like, most of the time they give out 18,000 fans get one, you know, or something like that. And if it's 10,000 fans, everyone should get one.
Right. I guess they just have not worked them into the plan just yet. You know, they're still working at 20% capacity, and they're going to go up from there. And I guess they just haven't been able to work the giveaways in yet.
Yeah, man, I missed the bobbleheads and all that, man. You know, I
Right.
got a whole collection of bobbleheads behind me, man. It's too much. You know?
We'll see what happens later in the year.
Yeah, it's gonna figure that out. Maybe when they put it back to 100%, and the Yankees need to sell tickets, that's when they'll do the giveaways. Watch.
Right.
I bet you, because that's what it's gonna take to get the fans back into the stadium, is to give out those bobbleheads. You know, that's number one. You know?
Oh yes, and they have to have that day again.
Yeah, so I think by June, at least by July, minimum by July, the Yankee Stadium should be back at 100%, man.
Yes, I hope so. I hope so. I'll be there in June, August, and September.
I'm really
I'm going to miss out on July because I don't think I want to be in 110-degree weather.
Yeah, I don't blame you, man. But you know, I get the summer off, so hopefully they have it at 100%. I'll be at every game perfectly, no problem, and I won't have to worry about anything.
You know? Right, exactly. Sounds good.
You know, and yeah, man. I guess we'll end it here. And
okay.
Thank you guys for watching Yankee Highlights, Henry, Hank, and everybody that on the check-in. Whoever didn't check in, I'll see y'all on the next one. So follow me on BXBomber2011 on social media, Instagram, Twitter, all that stuff. And so long, everybody, and see ya.
Take care.